So Indian Wells is canceled. Hope everyone's having a good day, as good as they can be with all this news coming out. I think I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about what's actually going on, and well, just to give my thoughts on what's going on here and being present of where it's, I don't know, I'm just kind of lost for words where it comes to a whole event like a Masters 1000 tournament being canceled for the coronavirus. And people can make jokes all they want and stuff like that, and I think there's, I guess, two sides to it. And I think the first one I have to talk about is the scheduling of everything. So when I first came here, I was here for the Oracle tournament, and the Oracle tournament went fine. They still had just the certain amount of players for the men's and women's tournament for singles and doubles. Everything seemed fine, and everything seemed to be going smoothly. There were still talks and rumors about what was actually going to happen when the big tournament came up. And then later on in the week, more players started showing up, and it became more crowded in those areas. And towards the later days, you had players and more fans coming in. You had Kids Day, I believe, on Saturday or Sunday at the event during the Oracle Challenger and women's event. You could start seeing how crowded it could be when more players started showing up and more fans started showing up at the same time, and all these people being in confined spaces. And there's a tunnel that goes between Stadium 4, 5, and 6. And I was with some people, and you're jokingly saying this is how people contract the virus, because you're staying in the smallest amount of spaces with the most amount of people. I think they just realized, okay, this is actually going to be a problem with the mass amount of population, because this is one of the most popular tournaments and biggest tournaments of the year. And you're telling me we're still going to do this with all the issues going on? And it finally took a case in this fucking valley to say, okay, we're going to cancel the entire tournament. I was out to dinner when I first found out that it was canceled, and there were players in the restaurant that literally stood up and looked at each other saying, just being speechless in the fact that it took them until 24 hours before the first, not even 24 hours, but less than 24 hours before the first ball was struck at the tournament to say, okay, we're not gonna hold this tournament. Do you know how frustrating that must be for a player to get there, spend the money on where you're staying, bring your entire family, coaches, everything, and then have the tournament then tell you, okay, we're gonna take some precautions? Because they had the announcement saying ball kids are gonna wear gloves, players are not gonna touch, are only gonna touch their own towels, everyone's gonna be wearing gloves, stuff like that to prevent that. But that's for faculty and staff and people that are on the court. What about the massive amount of people? I do think they did a good job of saying, we will refund everyone tickets, give you credit towards 2021, so that way they can provide some, if fans didn't feel comfortable coming this year, that way they can not worry about losing all the money. But in terms of players that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds to 1,000, maybe more money just to get here, and then just to say, oh, nothing's gonna happen now. Like, because I feel like people above the ranking of 80, or if you're not in the top 100, people that are playing qualifying and we're hoping to get in on alternate, like, what's gonna happen? Like, players aren't gonna be getting a paycheck. And that brings me to my second point of, there's the other side of it where people were kind of saying, like, joking around with it. Like, I know a couple players tweeted out, I think Johnny O'Mara said, who's looking for tennis lessons for the next couple months, because people are worried that they're not going to be able to get a steady paycheck now that Indian Wells is canceled. What about other tournaments are going to be canceled? Miami's definitely going to be canceled, 100% in my mind. And who knows, maybe the entire, next couple weeks, no tournaments are going to be played. So some of these lower ranked players are not going to have a job. I think Mackenzie McDonald also said that he's currently unemployed. Tennis Sandgren said he'd be going to Yard House to see, just to hang out, right afterwards, after it was canceled. Opelka suggested the Nest. like all these places that people go to after hours, and people can joke around with it, but then like what do you do? Like from a tennis player's perspective, what do you do? Like I'm actually terrified. Being in, like I even yesterday after the news, just driving around Palm Springs, I can feel how eerie it is here. Just because now it's now affecting how I look at tennis, how players are going to be scheduling their tournaments now. How are they going to be affected by it? Where's their next paycheck going to come from if they can't play tournaments? It's numerous things that could be really affected, and I just wanted to give my opinions because I'm actually here. The person that was affected by this is literally in a hospital a few miles away, and it took this long for the tournament to say, okay, this is what we're now going to cancel it. It's kind of annoying in the sense of players, fans, everyone that is really affected by this. I also think a couple players on the WTA side also tweeted out that they found out about the news on Twitter first before they even read the email. Imagine how you felt if you're a player, you work for this organization, and Cirstea tweeted out that she found out about the news on Twitter. I think everyone should take this very seriously now that it's affecting our lives, and it takes this big a scale for people to then start looking at it in your own world to realize how big of an impact this is making. So I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope you are taking the precautions during this time to make sure that you're being aware of what's happening and just to make sure you're staying healthy. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and I hope everyone's having a great day. I hope everyone is staying safe. Thanks you guys for watching. Appreciate it.